Nature is unpredictable, and every animal encounter proves that instinct always rules. From a lion opening a car door to a dog predicting a falling branch, a bear in a kitchen or a charging rhino, things escalate fast. When a wild animal ignores the rules, would you be ready for the unexpected? This training video shows a young girl near the water with her dog while her dad is out of sight. When a stranger approaches and stays too close, the dog quickly steps in front of her and becomes protective.
Oh, Tutu and your dad?
Yeah.
Your dad's in battle?
No, Paco! Stand still. Step beside my dog. Leo. Oh! Stay, Leo. Walk away from me, my dog.
Even though it was staged, would you trust a dog's reaction if something felt wrong? A man appears extremely confident while interacting with an adult lion. He moves closer, reaches out to touch it, and laughs as if there is no danger.
Y de ellos pienso que no go.
So the lion's just...
Hey! Bueno! Hey! Hey! You just want to play.
At first, the lion stays calm and does not react. But wild animals follow their own instincts, not human expectations. In a sudden shift, the lion responds.
Go. Okay, just leave it. Come on. Okay, get up, get up. Hey!
With one quick and powerful swipe, it strikes the man's leg. What seemed harmless a second earlier turns into a painful reminder.
It's gonna hurt, okay?
It's fine.
Easy.
I can't feel a thing, I've got so much adrenaline.
How do you feel it? I don't need small ones.
If you were that close to a wild predator, would you trust the calm moment or remember what it is capable of? He was walking through the forest when he suddenly came face to face with a black bear. Just hearing his scream explains everything about how fast fear can take over in a situation like that. When something powerful appears out of nowhere, instinct decides what happens next. During a live television broadcast, a bear suddenly lunged at a reporter. Fortunately, people nearby stepped in right away, and she was not injured. Reports said the bear had been trained for 8 years, but it only listens to its owner. If a trained bear can react like that, is any close encounter truly safe?
Ужас. Он наглый, блин.
Bears are known to look for food and can even open vehicle doors when they smell something inside. In the United States alone, there are about 2,000 reports every year of bears breaking into cars to take food. Wild animals follow their instincts, not human rules. If you saw a bear walking toward your car, would you stay calm or realize how quickly things could go wrong? This video was shared to remind people, especially runners, to be careful when passing someone with a dog. The moment was recorded by a home security camera. While a man was jogging past, a dog appeared to think he was a threat to its owner. Driven by instinct, the dog broke free from its leash and rushed at him, refusing to release even as the owner tried to pull it back. To avoid further harm, the man climbed over a wall and managed to get away. Later, he confirmed that he was not injured. Situations can change fast when animals feel protective. If you were jogging past a dog, would you slow down or assume nothing could happen? It began as a normal workday, quiet and predictable, until everything changed in a split second. A tiger suddenly lunged forward with full force, stopped only by steel bars. That narrow barrier separated safety from disaster. Would you feel safe, or realize how close it came to going wrong? A man was unexpectedly charged by a buffalo. The attack happened quickly, giving him almost no time to respond. Keeping a safe distance can be the difference between safety and injury. If you were that close, would you move away in time? A thief climbed over a fence and entered the yard. Moments later, he noticed a pit bull inside. Without hesitating, he quickly turned around, ran, and climbed back over the fence to escape. It became a day he likely won't forget. What do you think about this situation? A woman was sitting under a tree, focused on her phone, when her dog suddenly grabbed her dress and pulled her away. Annoyed, she thought it was misbehaving, but it kept tugging until she finally stepped aside. Seconds later, a heavy branch crashed down exactly where she had been sitting. Only then did she realize the dog had been protecting her. Do animals sense danger before we do? A polar bear pushes against a glass safety pod, testing its strength with clear predatory curiosity. In the Arctic, distance is essential. In another scene, two men struggle to free their dog from a hyena's powerful jaws. These moments show how strong wild instincts are. Would you keep enough distance? In murky water, a tiger shark makes an investigative bite driven by instinct, not curiosity.
But I got on the high res.
In places like this, awareness means survival. Never dive alone. When visibility is low, would you feel safe knowing what might be nearby? The group sits inside a parked car with the windows closed and the camera recording. They believe they are safe behind the thin metal doors. Outside, a lion approaches the vehicle and carefully studies it.
I know. There's a locked door. Oh my gosh, I didn't know they could do that. Is it locked? Yes. Are you sure? I hope so.
In a sudden moment of precision, the lion grips the door handle with its mouth and pulls. Animals observe and learn more than people expect. If that door had opened fully, what do you think would have happened?
Dali, junto com o jacaré.
A man is swimming when he suddenly senses something is wrong. A crocodile is already dangerously close. He turns and tries to swim away, looking for any way out. But in this environment, humans are not the fastest. Within seconds, the situation begins to spiral beyond control.
Graças a Deus eu saí, cara, machucou o braço.
What would you do if you realized it was already too close? A man accidentally climbed into a bear's enclosure and was quickly spotted. Panic set in, and he jumped into the water, hoping to escape. But bears are strong swimmers, and the animal followed him in. Reports say he had raised the bear when it was young, yet it no longer recognized him and continued chasing him. After some time, the bear grew tired and eventually backed off. The situation ended without further escalation, but it showed how instinct overrides familiarity. What do you think this moment teaches about wild animals? If you ever encounter a bear, stay firm and decisive like this man. He used a stick to swing toward the bear, keeping it from coming any closer. creating distance and showing strength can sometimes stop an animal from advancing.
जामवंत जी को दे रहे हैं जिससे देखो उसको बहुत ज्यादा पसंद है उसको बहुत ज्यादा पसंद करते हैं कैसे पकड़ते हैं अरे देखो अच्छा ये वाला सोनू है हाँ वो वाला मोनू
This man has over 40 years of experience with wild animals, so handling the bear wasn't difficult for him. Without that kind of knowledge, feeding a bear like this can be extremely dangerous. Would you take that risk? The ferret's biggest mistake was attacking the man's beloved pet. He reacted instantly and threw it aside. If someone went after your pet, would you respond the same way? A woman was playing with her pet in her backyard when an antelope suddenly rushed in without warning. For a brief moment, everything felt dangerous, but the charge missed. It happened in seconds, and no one was hurt. Would you have reacted in time? Climbing onto a roof may seem safe, but to a brown bear it is only a higher platform. Its claws can rip through shingles in seconds. If it decided to follow, what would you do? A couple was watching TV with their dog when it suddenly began barking.
Come back! Ah, a snake! Oh my God, there's a snake! Where? Oh! Hurry, baby!
The wife stood up and noticed a snake nearby. The dog's alert changed everything. Do you think they would have seen it in time without that warning? A man believes he can casually provoke a fully grown tiger. At first, the animal appears calm, lying still without reacting. But in a split second, instinct takes over. The tiger suddenly lunges and knocks him to the ground, turning the moment extremely dangerous. Fortunately, a handler steps in before it escalates further. One careless action nearly changed everything. Wild animals can switch in an instant. Do you think he understood that risk? Within seconds, the family's dog ran outside and positioned itself between the threat and the kids. In just a brief moment, the situation stabilized and everyone was safe. Instinct can act faster than fear. Do you think that reaction made the difference? A man is suddenly rushed by a dog. He grabs a nearby table and uses it as a shield, trying to create space. But the dog quickly finds a gap and closes in, turning the scene chaotic. Acting on instinct, the man manages to pin the dog down while searching for an escape. Eventually, he forces the dog into the pool and moves toward a safer area. Thankfully, he gets away without serious injury. In moments like this, staying calm can make the difference. Would you have reacted that way? This is how bears behave. If they feel disturbed, they will quickly show their strength. They might appear harmless at first, but keeping your distance is always the safer choice. Do you respect that space? A man suddenly finds himself face to face with a bear. The encounter catches both of them off guard. For a brief moment, neither moves. Thankfully, the bear decides to turn away first and slowly leaves the area. If the bear had reacted differently, what do you think would have happened? This man had raised the bear since it was a cub. After 3 years apart, he returned to see it again. But things were no longer the same. He jumped into the water and moved closer, trying to reconnect and show affection after all that time. What happened next surprised everyone.
Медведик прыг.
Пиздец, к медведю прыгнул. Я ебу. Дурак.
The bear suddenly moved toward him and forced him back, refusing to allow him into its space. After so many years, it no longer recognized him. Thankfully, the man quickly understood the change in behavior and reacted in time, avoiding injury. What do you think about this encounter? When facing a bear, try to stand tall and shout loudly to make yourself look bigger. That reaction could help you avoid a truly dangerous situation. This man made a serious error by leaving his vehicle to approach a bear. The animal clearly rejected his presence and charged each time he moved closer. Bears do not tolerate intrusions into their space. Ignoring that warning can turn dangerous fast. Taming a horse is never easy. In this moment, things became tense, but he was able to escape safely. Working with strong animals always carries risk. Do you think it's ever truly safe?
Ушел! Ушел! Ушел!
When confronted by a massive polar bear, even the calmest person can lose composure. The moment he saw it, the man turned and sprinted away as fast as he could. If you suddenly saw a polar bear that close, would you stay still or run? A group of tourists had a close call with an aggressive rhino during a safari. They saw the animal standing by the roadside and stopped to observe, taking photos of the powerful creature. Suddenly, its behavior changed. The rhino began stomping its foot and showing clear signs of anger. Without warning, it charged directly toward their vehicle. The moment was tense and frightening. Fortunately, just as it reached the car, the rhino stopped, turned away, and ran off into the distance. Do you think they were too close? In the heart of the African wilderness, a group of tourists experienced a tense encounter while sitting inside their truck. A large rhino approached and locked eyes with them. Its massive body stiff and ready. It began stomping the ground and snorting loudly, clearly signaling aggression. Despite the pressure, the tourists remained calm and showed no visible fear. They stayed still as the rhino continued its warning display. After a few long moments, the animal seemed to reconsider. It relaxed, turned away, and ran off into the distance. Sometimes animals react to energy and movement. Do you think their calm behavior changed the outcome? In South Africa, at Toro Yakabush Lodge, a group of tourists had a close encounter with a wild elephant. They stopped to watch several elephants grazing nearby. After a while, one curious elephant approached the guide's vehicle and gently touched the guide with its trunk. The guide stayed completely still as the elephant examined him. Moments later, it stepped back and walked away, leaving everyone amazed. Sometimes calm behavior can shape the outcome. Would you have remained that steady? In this intense footage, Kevin Richardson, known as the Lion Whisperer, faces a dangerous moment beside a vehicle. A lion stands next to the car, acting aggressively and focusing on the people inside. Richardson calls out, trying to pull the lion's attention away and move it from the vehicle.
He's gonna fight, he'll murder it.
The lion does not respond and continues its hostile behavior. It strikes and breaks the car's side mirror, raising the tension even further. Seeing the risk increase, Richardson signals for the people inside to drive away. As they pull off, the lions begin to chase the vehicle. Even experienced handlers cannot predict every reaction. When instinct takes over, how much control is really possible? During a safari trip, a group of tourists experienced a thrilling moment when they noticed a rhino grazing beside the road. They stopped their vehicle to observe the impressive animal up close. Then the rhino slowly began walking toward them. The tourists watched carefully, hoping the encounter would remain peaceful. The massive animal came right up to the vehicle and calmly inspected it. After a few tense seconds, it turned and walked away, leaving everyone relieved and excited. Sometimes calm depends on distance. Would you have stopped? A black bear sneaks into a pig pen, but two pigs immediately charge and chase it. The attack forces the bear to run away. What do you think made it retreat? Bears are not strictly carnivores, but their aggressive instincts make them extremely dangerous.
Call somebody.
If you ever see a full-grown bear, keep your distance and call for help. Would you react fast enough? If you found yourself in this situation, would you respond the same way or keep moving forward? Our advice is simple. Do exactly what this man did. This footage, captured by a passerby, shows a massive bear attacking a young buffalo. The scene highlights the raw strength and unpredictability of wildlife. During a safari trip, a group of tourists stopped after spotting a rhino grazing near the road. Excited, they began taking photos as the animal appeared calm. Without warning, the rhino suddenly charged toward their vehicle. The driver reacted quickly and started the engine to avoid danger. The sound startled the rhino, causing it to change direction and run off. Wildlife can shift from calm to aggressive in seconds. Do you think they were too close? What begins as a simple tour quickly turns into danger when a jeep enters the territory of a 6-ton bull elephant. In the wild, you are always a guest. Do you know whose space you're in? Do not let their bulky shape fool you. These are among the most dangerous large land mammals in Africa. A group of people moves along the river while several hippos chase from behind. In their territory, distance is survival. Would you stay calm in that moment? A tense moment unfolded during a safari when tourists spotted 2 leopards up close. At first, the animals seemed calm. Then their paths crossed and they suddenly began fighting. Growls filled the air as claws struck right beside the tourist vehicle. The clash was intense but brief. After a few powerful seconds, both leopards paused to catch their breath. One eventually stepped back and moved away, ending the confrontation as quickly as it began. Wild instincts can ignite without warning. Would you feel safe that close? Meet what might be the world's grumpiest cameraman. This bear clearly wasn't a fan of where the camera was set. When 300 pounds of pure muscle decides to rearrange your equipment, there's not much you can do but let it happen. In this intense video, a group of tourists faces a frightening moment with a charging rhino. After spotting the animal, they watch as it slowly approaches their vehicle. At first, it seems calm and curious. As it gets closer, they attempt to start the engine to move away, but the vehicle suddenly refuses to start.
Great.
The rising tension becomes overwhelming. Hearing the engine noise, the rhino suddenly charges, closing the distance fast. Just as it reaches the vehicle, it abruptly stops and calmly turns away, leaving the tourists shaken but safe. Sometimes danger changes in seconds. Would you stay calm? Imagine seeing a bear outside your window at 2 a.m., separated by one thin pane of glass. Would you feel safe, or realize how fragile that barrier is? They stop the Jeep too close for the first time, a lion standing at a dangerous distance. Cameras keep snapping until the lion suddenly roars and steps forward. In seconds, tension explodes. The engine finally starts and the lion backs away. In the wild, curiosity can cost everything. Would you have stopped that close? A bear wandered into a family's backyard, much larger and stronger than anything nearby. But the house cat showed no fear and chased it away. It may seem funny, yet wild animals don't belong near homes. Would you feel safe? A bear quietly entered a woman's home while she was cooking, completely unaware. The family dog noticed immediately and rushed in, chasing the bear back outside. Without that quick reaction, things could have ended very differently. Sometimes pets are more than companions. Do you think instinct saved her? On a quiet road in the African wilderness, an unusual and exciting scene unfolded. A large troop of baboons, around 30 or more, slowly moved down the road, giving tourists a rare close-up view. It's not common to see a group like this walk directly toward vehicles. Usually they keep their distance and move away. This time, 2 large males led the way, and the rest of the troop followed behind them with confidence. At one point, a dominant male stepped in to correct a younger baboon that appeared to approach a female and her baby. Interest around the infant seemed to draw attention, but the larger males maintained order. In the wild, social structure matters. Do you think we truly understand what we're watching? In this intense video, a group of tourists faces a dramatic moment with a curious elephant. They watch as several elephants walk by peacefully. Suddenly, one elephant turns and approaches their vehicle. To stay safe, the tourists slowly reverse, but the elephant follows closely. Without warning, it charges toward them, raising the tension instantly. After a brief but frightening moment, the elephant stops and moves to the side of the road. Believing they are safe, the tourists begin driving forward. However, the excitement continues as the elephant starts chasing them again. In the wild, calm can change fast. Would you stay steady? That's all for tonight's video. Which encounter gave you chills? Let us know in the comments below. Got your own experience? We want to hear it. And whatever you do, don't miss what's coming next.